Hello everyone, my name is Bolis and I am glad to be with you here again to discuss the theme, the power of renewable energy in combating climate change. Imagine waking up every morning knowing that the lights, charge on your phone, and even the food in your refrigerators are powered by the sun and not coal or oil. Isn't that an amazing promise of the solar energy? A technology that enables us to connect the boundless power of sun and convert it into a clean electricity. Today, allow me to briefly elaborate how solar works and how it helps combat climate change. As Chuck et al. 2022 reported that the world's demand for electrical energy rises high and effects of climate change become apparent. It's therefore very important to understand renewable energy, especially solar energy, which helps connect to make more sustainable decisions. By the end of this discussion, we'll have a clear understanding of the three main topics. First, how solar panels produce electricity. Second, how solar reduces carbon emissions. And third, what are the latest innovations that are improving solar technology. Let us begin with how actually solar panels turn sunlight into electricity. Despite solar panels being now everywhere, many people still don't understand how it works. Especially are curious about how sunshine is transformed into the electricity that powers our homes and companies. Getting this, the solar panels produce electricity in a process called photovoltaic effect. According to the US Department of Energy, each panel consists of several photovoltaic cells that include semiconductor materials known as silicon. When sunlight from the sun falls on these cells, the photons energy stimulates the electrons, forcing them to produce electric current. However, this electricity produced by these solar panels is direct current, DC. And now for a proper domestic use, this type of current has to be transformed into alternating current, AC. The National Renewable Energy Laboratory tells us that this conversion takes place through apparatus formerly known as inverter, which enables solar energy to power the grid, the electric grid, lights, and appliances, as Chuck et al. Tells us. With all this, storage and effectiveness are very important. As the article in Renewable Energy Journal by Smith et al. 2023 made it clear that modern solar panels can convert up to 22% of sunshine into power. Extra energy can be stored in battery systems for use at night or on cloudy days. Now that we understand how solar panels produce electricity, let us dive and look at how the use of solar reduces carbon emissions into the atmosphere. One of the best advantages of solar energy is its ability to reduce carbon emissions. Experts from the Intergovernmental Committee on Climate Change, traditional energy production, especially from coal and oil, is estimated to be up to 40% of the world's carbon dioxide emissions. In each kilowatt hour of electricity produced from fossil fuels, dangerous greenhouse gases are released into the atmosphere. Let us figure it out. How many kilowatts of electricity are produced every day? On the other hand, solar power produces energy without using fuel, which means less or no carbon is released into the atmosphere. According to the International Renewable Energy Agency, The use of solar panels reduces around 0.8 tons of carbon dioxide emissions into the atmosphere for every megawatt hour of solar electricity. The world already sees the results, as noted by the Journal of Cleaner Production, that in countries like Germany and Japan, where there is high solar usage, the general carbon emissions is decreased by up to 15%. Although engineers and scientists continuously looking for a better function of solar panels, it still faces a huge challenge. While solar panels hold great advantage, it is still not the best. Researchers and technicians are continuously improving their efficacy and reliability. The best or the biggest challenge posed by the solar panels is that they cannot work without sunshine. They can only produce power when the sun is shining. Now, in this situation, energy storage becomes more crucial. Probably this is where engineers looked at and thought of lithium ions and flow batteries, as they are currently being utilized to store excess energy, granting a consistent power supply even after sunset. Another challenge is the cost and durability of the materials. Conservative silicon panels can be costly and require significant resources to manufacture. This led to scientists create perovskite as solar cells, as a novel substance that is cheaper, adaptable, and more effective, making solar one of the most usable, affordable, and available source of energy in the world today. In conclusion, solar energy is probably an example of what may happen when human intelligence and sunshine come together. Today we've discussed and discovered how power is produced by solar panels, how carbon emissions are decreased by solar energy, and how new developments are changing how sunlight is captured and stored. Understanding how solar works is not just for scientists and engineers, as some think, but for every person who considers Earth home and aspires to make it a clean home. Thank you very much for listening. Bolis.